Alas, we are live. Croc Talk with Chris Croc. We have had one heck of a night. First of all, if you look to my left here, your screen right, you see Bibles. There are Bibles galore. We have Bibles upon Bibles. There's 3 boxes of Bibles and Bibles on top of the boxes of Bibles. I got some signs I got to make up tonight before we go to bed, and we have a long day ahead. But the greatest thing in the world is let me show you a picture of some folks that we have here. We all gathered tonight at Wylie. Islamization of Wylie ISD. On the phone with me, I have multiple people. There's some technical difficulties on my end with getting them on the video, so we're just going to go via phone. Much easier to do that, and we can get you all the information you need to know. Let's go right now to Marco Hunter-Lopez, the man of the hour, the star of the show here, as far as I'm concerned. And there he is, his picture, Marco Hunter-Lopez and Dad, Mr. Marcos Hunter-Lopez, along with Katie Sims. Another one of the folks. It's us four have really been the genesis for putting this Bible giveaway together tomorrow morning, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We're super excited.
Hello, all.
Well, hello. So we got, on the phone, Marco Hunter-Lopez and Mr. Marcos Hunter-Lopez, and then Katie Sims. Mr. Marcos Lopez, you have to be so proud of your son for what he's done. I mean, he did congressional testimony on Wednesday, I believe it was, in D.C., your now 16-year-old, just newly minted 16-year-old son. Then the next day he's on Will King show on Fox News, and then on Glenn Beck. And then here we are again. We did a school board meeting tonight, Marcos. How does it make you feel about your son and everything that's happened over the past week?
Well, let's start off by giving glory to God,
Yes.
God himself. We appreciate, it's not a coincidence, everything that's happening, everyone's coming together.
Yeah, that's what's amazing. And Katie Sims, you're there too. Us four, we're like the Four Musketeers, we're calling ourselves now. Is that accurate, my friend?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you guys have been, in this battle to stop the Islamization of the schools. Marco, you literally were in lunch and you just walked out and saw people with a Islam booth passing out Qurans, Sharia pamphlets, and hijabs. And, I mean, you must have been stupefied and mortified.
Yes, it was a big shock. It flabbergasted me, but I was walking and this was shocking, and other students felt the same way, and that's why we approached and we saw what their goal was. It was dawah.
Dawah, of course, proselytizing, pushing the Muslim faith, aggressively proselytizing in there. So, I mean, I've been able to kind of befriend you guys and go together at these school board meetings for 4 months. And it's kind of culminated. What's crazy about this tonight is, first of all, the speakers tonight. There were so many amazing speakers. New parents were showing up and speaking out that were amazing as well, right? And wasn't that amazing to see tonight, all these people?
It was great to see people from across, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, from Plano, from McKinney, from Wylie, from all across the hemisphere, or DFW Metroplex. It was great.
Guys, I want to say something else, too. I think about all four of us are Christians, and I think about what God takes these things and raises people up like David, a shepherd, to be this great king. I think about my church, First Baptist Dallas, where our historic sanctuary burnt down, and how we're going to build it up bigger and better. And Dr. Jeffress is a great shepherd in teaching me that, and everybody in our congregation, that when stuff happens, you can turn it around and make amazing things with it. And to me, this Islamization, this passing out of Qurans and hijabs illegally, we can turn this into something that's amazing. And instead of dozens of Qurans, or I don't know how many were passed out. I don't know if you know, Marco, Marcos, or Kyle, but all these Qurans that were passed out, my hope is that we can pass out hundreds more than Qurans ever were in there and pass them out to the students throughout the school.
Yes, like the Bible says, what the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. I've gotten so many texts, calls, and just people approaching me today at the school saying that they're excited for tomorrow. People even sacrificing, skipping, certain classes just to be there to pass those Bibles out, because students know how important this is, especially students of faith. And we're going to do this the right way, legally, like you said, but we're also going to get the message of Jesus Christ out.
I'm holding these Bibles up for folks to see that we have purchased. I'm holding up the letter that the school district sent out warning parents that we're going to be passing out Bibles. Warning! Warning! Attention! Attention! People will be passing out Bibles. We want to warn you. I mean, isn't that crazy, you guys?
Absolute insanity.
There's Kyle Katie Sims. Tell me why you want to say it's absolute insanity. Tell me what you've seen culminating in this this event tomorrow morning with all of us.
Well, I think the response has been overwhelming. I expect a really good crowd tomorrow. And, you know, just like tonight, like a lot of people said, there was not a word said, and participation was carried out by the principal and
Who was being heavily proselytized to in his classroom in the middle of the school day. Parents, Islamic parents, were aggressively pushing to for this eighth grade young Muslim boy to turn his colleague in the classroom to Muslim, having him bring in Qurans. Books about how to read the Quran for younger people, tracing Arabic so you can learn how to write in Arabic, and let's study the Quran together. He started becoming a Muslim, and that's parent Gina Baldwin. She was at the meeting tonight. Spoke previously, though, about how her son was becoming a Muslim, and so she had to pull him out of school. It's insane, guys.
it is. And, you know, for the district not to even, from my knowledge, has not apologized for any of that.
It and apologizing for it. In fact, the biggest thing for all of us here is that, correct me if I'm wrong, Marco Hunter-Lopez, but you and other students witnessed your principal, Tiffany Doolin, overlooking this event happening at the same time. In other words, she was there, was
Complacency and it's an approval.
Yeah, complacency, approval, blindly looking away, something of that nature. So, I mean, we're all calling for the principal, Tiffany Doolin, to be held accountable, for her to be held accountable, which, I mean, honestly, is her contract up, the principal?
From what I've heard.
Yeah, okay, so the contract is up. Let me pause for a second, if you don't mind, okay? Let me pause for just a second. This show is brought to you by IRSprob.com. That's IRSPROB.com, helping good people with IRS problems, specializing in IRS controversy, IRS audits, and tax planning strategies. IRSprob.com. Randy Martin has been my CPA for almost exactly 10 years in my tax planner, and I thank God for him. We met in Sunday school at First Baptist Dallas like 12 years ago, and he asked me a couple years later if we could partner together, and I said absolutely. And he's been my CPA ever since. He's amazing. Randy Martin from IRSP. Call 214-214-3000. That's 214-214-3000. And tell him Chris Crock sent you. And one more thing I want to tell you is that this house, everything to do with this house for plumbing, foundation work has been done by Due West Foundation and Plumbing. That's du-west.com. Jim Dutton is the owner of Due West Foundation and Plumbing. It's a multi-generational Somebody is Due West, du-west.com. That's du-west.com. If you want the best, call Due West, 972-406-0912, 972-406-0912. They've done all my plumbing, all my foundation for 11 years now. We'll tell you about my roofer in a few minutes as well, too. But first, let's go back to the guys. Okay, so we're talking to Marco Hunter-Lopez, his father, Marcos Hunter-Lopez. And, guys, what are you anticipating for tomorrow when we pass out Bibles? I mean, first of all, we had a great meeting with the police folks about protecting and serving there, right?
Yes, we make it very clear that we are in support of our law enforcement. I'm actually glad they're there because they're there to protect and serve us, and we're thankful for their service. And I'm expecting a big crowd of community members. I'm expecting a big crowd of parents in Wylie ISD and students of Wylie East High School.
What about you, Dad?
So I got something to tell you. Baldwin's oldest son is a freshman there at Wylie East, and he actually came up to her and said, "Mom, can I go get a Bible?" And she said, "Son, you have every right to go get a Bible, and I want you to keep it and read it." So we are excited for that. So
Okay.
the 8th grader is a younger brother who got a Quran at school. Now
Yes.
we got the oldest one getting the Bible at school.
Okay,
Nice.
this is incredible. This is incredible. So you're saying the oldest son that goes to Wylie East of Jenna Baldwin, whose 8th grade son she pulled in his homeschooling because he was being converted to Islam by Islamic aggressive parents through their children. So her son at Wylie East is coming in, and instead of going into school at first, he's going to be with us passing out Bibles. That's accurate?
We will see him and meet him tomorrow.
That's great. She's an amazing woman. Nobody knew who she was. We had heard the story about a mom of 3 in Wylie ISD who had pulled her son out and was being converted to Islam in school. And lo and behold, she shows up at the next meeting, and she spoke wonderfully. I think she knocked the socks out of all of us. Just a modest, regular mother out there showing up out of nowhere and telling the district what happened.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Ashley that showed up from McKinney to speak. Wow.
Amen.
Yeah, you're talking about, okay, yeah, Ashley is a woman, and I'm going to show the pictures. There's Kyle, of course, Katie Sims, who's chatting with us right now. There he is. I got your picture up. You're getting a little credit there, my friend. You're talking about the lady who, you got to be, man. We're the Four Musketeers. Marcos,
right.
and Kyle, Katie Sims. We are the band. The band is back together. We're bringing the band back together again. So let's show a picture of us with the parents, and you'll be able to see the mother who you're talking about. She was absolutely insane how good she was in her speaking. Where is that picture of all of us? There it is. Okay. Here we all are, and hold on one second. Take the graphic down 1 second. Okay, here we all are, and the lady in the middle, right in the front row in the middle, what's her name? She's from McKinney. She spoke out?
Ashley.
She is powerful. She is incredible. She's right in the middle of that front row there, and she is absolutely incredible. She spoke so well. So many people spoke tonight talking about Iran. A guy talked about Iran and what they do to Iranians and what Islam in Iran does to them, and how they're afraid to speak to their neighbors because of what happens if they talk and the Iranian government finds out about with their loved ones. Ashley, as you mentioned, she spoke out. She was incredible.
Well, and
Go ahead.
it was incredible to see people coming from all over. Even my good friend Bob Brewer come all the way from Tyler, Texas. He may be there in the morning, but every week or every month we're having more and more people show up from different areas. The word is getting out, and as somebody said tonight, thank you to the school board for putting a spotlight on this.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Marco.
agree.
Go ahead, Marcos. The father of Marco Hunter-Lopez. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I love it. They're giving us all the attention. It was kind of shocking that no one kind of came and gave us an award for any of this.
Yeah, there was award ceremonies throughout the night tonight. So the school board meeting usually at Wylie ISD headquarters, and there's usually not too much stuff going on before. So tonight we go there for our fourth, at least for us, for the fourth for me to be there with you, fourth in a row month, putting pressure on the district to try to hold this principal accountable for, according to students, being there and allowing this to happen, and overlooking it, with the hijabs and Qurans being passed out. And so they're giving awards out. It's the end of the semester, and so it's like the whole school district is there getting awards. And we were both expecting awards. I think Kyle, Katie, Sims, and we were expecting an award, Kyle. I think you and I were for what were you going to be? The pain in the ass. What was your award going to be?
Pain in the ass activist.
Pain in the ass activist. And my award would be pain in the ass speaker.
Oh man.
So okay, so all this. So this is what I want to get into, Marco and Marcos, and of course Kyle. What's unbelievable is how this was orchestrated. I had no idea when or if you were ever going to be called to testify in front of Congress. And we've been working together for 4 months to try to expose this, to try to have accountability in Wylie East for the Qurans being passed out. All of a sudden, you guys we're talking. Us four are talking. Kyle, Marco, Marcos, we're all on the phone, and you guys are telling us that you're heading up to D.C. to testify for Congress. And it goes from that to the next day you're on Will Kane, to the next day you're on Glenbeck. And then in the meantime, we have put together this Bibles, Not Qurans giveaway for tomorrow morning at Wylie East High School, right in front of the high school at 8 a.m. We're asking everybody to show up and be peaceful. We're going to have a large police presence there, which is what we all want. It's going to be very safe and friendly. How did this all come together? Did you guys have any idea that all this would culminate in 1 week?
I would have no idea, but like you said, God orchestrates things like this, for His will, and it's happening now. And people in the church is waking up. People, patriots, grassroots are waking up. I got the call from Ship Roy and people through his network to go testify, and I was able to expose what happened in my district and how they targeted conservatives while promoting Islam. The Will Kane show, I was on that. I was able to be on the Glenn Beck shows. I've been able to be on your program, be on Frank Gaffney. Tomorrow now I will be on Flashpoint. So this has just been orchestrated. And tomorrow we're going to be passing out Bibles with you guys there because we have put this together, hardworking people, in the name of God and in the name of Jesus. This is for the students to see what we are there for. We're there through love. We're not there through coercion.
When I held up the Bibles to the school board when I spoke tonight, and I held up this letter that they sent out warning people, and I said, the warning letter has gone out that we're passing out Bibles, but there was no warning letter that was put out saying that Islamic proselytizers will be allowed into the school to try to convert your child. I thought that was just quite, it's quite remarkable. And I want to go back again to the fact that we're going to take something that was bad, was illegal, and we're going to multiply it by manyfold. What are you guys expecting to unfold tomorrow? I mean, we're going to have people pouring into a school. We have this big issue. We have a lot of us, looks like they're going to be showing up and passing out a lot of Bibles. How do you expect this to go down, and what will be a good situation, and how will this come together in a great way? What are you anticipating for tomorrow, guys?
I think a good day would be that we don't have any Bibles left and we reach a lot of people tomorrow.
Kyle, Marco or Marcos?
We can go invite Miss Doolin to go read a Bible with us and promote it on social media. Now,
that's a great idea. See, this is exactly right. Let's show her again, the principal of Wylie East High School, Tiffany Doolin, who, now, guys, these are pictures I got from you guys that show the principal, Tiffany Doolin, is this 2 years in a row, so 2024 and 2025. There she is wearing a hijab on World Hijab Day, tweeting out how she loved, all caps, the experience, right? Principal Tiffany Doolin, right?
Yes.
And so this was the third year in a row of World Hijab Day where she would allow it to be celebrated. And you guys believe that this was her work, her handiwork. Is that accurate?
That's where the facts lead us to. I see things by face value, and that's using this evidence. That's what it leads us to. Specifically, also how me and my group has been targeted and still is treated. I mean, the principals run away from me when I'm in the hallway. They disperse. So, students are seeing it. Teachers see it. Every day I have a new teacher coming up to me saying how they are seeing what's going on. Their groups have had to go through all this stuff, but Islam can just have a free pass.
And so that's the other thing too. The principal, Tiffany Doolin, who again, students, including you, Marco, looked on and saw her looking on, watching this happen. Meaning she had to have known about it and had to have approved it. Otherwise, I mean, don't you think she would have gone up and canceled it immediately if she didn't know what was going on?
I mean, she had a big smile that day, so I think she enjoyed it.
So she tweets out how she loves the hijab, and she apparently allows people to pass out Qurans and try to convert you. So that's what you said. So you're saying she should come out and read the Bible with us if she's so happy to allow the Quran to come into the school.
Yes, let's show her how she can love this experience too.
So has anybody offered a formal, extended and formal invitation?
Oh, no, they're actually warning parents about us. That's the thing.
Okay, so Tiffany Doolin knows about this. Hey, I don't know what time. This is not a negative on her or anything, but it's like I wonder if we could, wave to her on the way and see if she would want to accept a Bible and maybe read it with us. I don't know. She'll be driving by in the morning while we're there passing out Bibles. I don't know.
Yes, we want this to happen. And this is not just out of, this is not out of spite at all.
No.
This is out of what, God commands us to do. It doesn't say to bring the world to you. It says go out into all the world and preach and spread the good news of Christ and bring students to Christ. That's what we're doing. And this is an extension of the revival that's happening in America. As we saw on Saturday, the Unite the Kingdom rally in Europe. As we saw yesterday, Rededicate 250, rededicating America to one nation under God, national prayer. This is happening now. After Charlie Kirk was assassinated, people started waking up, specifically the younger generation. I think this is going to keep leading into small revivals that culminates into one big revival for Christ.
In just a moment, I want to talk to you guys about all the allegations that are thrown at us over the past 4 months about Islamophobia, racism, hate. We had a parent tonight. We had only one parent tonight who spoke out saying that he had no problem with the Qurans being passed out. It's insane. And then he teaches his son critical thinking, and that he has no problem with that. I want to ask you about that coming up next. Can you guys stand by for a second?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Stand by. Want to just also mention this. This show is also brought to you by Blue Ribbon Roofing. And let me tell you about Blue Ribbon Roofing. First of all, they've been on my roof. The owner of Blue Ribbon Roofing is right. Okay, there we go. That's John Hopkins on the right, Tish, his wife, and then John's son Trevor and his wife Jennifer. That they run Blue Ribbon Roofing, and they are winner of Best in McKinney for roofing year after year after year. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And let's just show a quick clip of John Hopkins on my roof with me. It's a lot of fun we had together when he showed me some of the damage that I had.
See that white line?
Yeah, what is that?
That's the fiberglass mat underneath the shingle, meaning all the shingle's gone. Now you're down to the fiberglass mat.
I never would have recognized any of this or noticed it.
Of course you wouldn't. It'd be like you handing
Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Here we go.
See that white line?
What is that?
That's the fiberglass mat underneath the shingle, meaning all the shingle's gone. Now you're down to the fiberglass mat.
I never would have recognized any of this or noticed
Of
it.
course you wouldn't. It'd be like you handing me your microphone.
Yeah. Do you want to do a show for me?
I don't know anything about it. I got to depend on you.
I think you want to. I guess I'll do the show then.
Yeah, you do the show.
Well, there you have it. That's Blue Ribbon Roofing, and you can check them out. 32 years of roofing, and top of the pops for all the ratings. You can look them up on Google and all the other reviews, and they're almost a perfect 5.0 on 5 out of 5. BlueRibbonDFW.com is their number or their address. BlueRibbonDFW.com. Just go to BlueRibbonDFW.com and tell them Chris Croc sent you. Of course, right back to the folks Marco Hunter-Lopez and his dad. Marcos, guys, thanks for standing by there with us, and of course Kyle, Katie, Sims as well, with the Four Musketeers putting this together. So what do you say, guys? Welcome back, first of all. You still there? Oh, hold on.
Sure.
There you go. Sorry, I got the levels up. Since I had a little technical difficulties tonight, I'm kind of running like a hamster on a wheel over here, okay? So, what do you want to say to... We had a guy who's a top care representative for DFW in Austin speak out as a quote-unquote concerned parent, which he apparently is a parent of Wylie ISD. I would assume he's telling the truth on that, but he didn't tell us he was care. He came out and said we're racist, Islamophobes, and all sorts of horrible things. Then we've had other people accuse us of hate and say this is hate and hatred. What do you guys want to say to that?
I'll say something real quick. If, and I should have said this tonight, and I tell this online, but if we were to go to their country, they're going to expect us to assimilate to their laws, their culture, everything else. So why is it any different when we ask them to do the same here?
Right. The guy that we're talking about too is he came, and in his speech he gave from this care guy. What's his name again, guys? You guys know his name. Syed Faisal or something, or Syed?
Zayed something. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he's the head of care for DFW and Austin, according to at least his bio. And he was saying all sorts of bad things. He says, "My country is where I come from. It's a very welcoming country." He's born in Lahore, Pakistan. Pakistan is a very welcoming country if you're a terrorist. They housed bin Laden and hid him for several years. Pakistan is where terrorists cut off the head of Wall Street Journal reporter Daniel Pearl for being a Jew and being an American. Pakistan is where there's madrasas that raise up children to hate Jews and want to kill Americans and spread terrorism. And this guy's lecturing you and me and us in our country about how bad we are. He brings up the Japanese internment camps, slavery, and he's using all that crap and throwing it at us. It was unbelievable. And other people that came up and spoke, we had some Muslim parents that spoke and said that this is a tempest in a teapot, this is nothing, which is it's just mind-blowing, guys. So tell me about that.
So the funny thing is the first school board meeting we attended, this care affiliate or former care affiliate, either way, came in my face and was screaming in my face. And after I mentioned this in the last school board meeting, he still hasn't addressed that because he knows it's true and he knows he can't battle that because, an adult man coming up to, at that time, 15-year-old screaming in my face, not okay. And, like you said, a parent at the few school board meetings ago tried to relabel those pamphlets as understanding tolerance. Understanding tolerance, it was understanding Sharia, which would mean understanding and tolerating something that's intolerating you. So we're doing it to ourselves in America if we don't stand up to it. That's why members of the Texas legislature, members of the U.S. legislature need to wake up. But it's even creeping into our local. Now we see with the school boards, they need to wake up and take action.
What do you think is going on with the school board? Why do you think Wylie ISD, they want people to think, or they're supposed to be conservative. They're certainly not. Are they afraid of Islam? Are they ignorant?
Well, what I see is it's crazy because when you spoke that first time or the second time, they wrote a whole novel to you.
Yes,
and
they wrote a novel attacking me on their website. I've never seen that before in my life.
Yes, and then they told us, the concerned parents, for speaking up, and they told me, they didn't like that I went to social media to do that. And they also were saying that we're sowing discord, but when that care affiliate was screaming that we were racist and all these things, all they said is thank you to him.
Yes.
Thank you. So that's all they have to say to it. Then now it speaks volumes. We know where they stand.
So what's going on then? We have, and I mean, not the same entity, but the principal, Tiffany Dillon. What surprised me in seeing her CV, was that she graduated from Dallas Baptist University, which is obviously a great school. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she's guilty white liberal or, what in God's name is going on with her, and what is going on with the school district? Are they just afraid because they don't know how to handle Islam and proselytizing and aggressive Islam in schools?
I'm not sure. The way I read the Bible, it doesn't say go around the world and spread a false message, something that's completely antithetical to your beliefs. It says to go preach the real word. And her as a principal needs to either remain neutral or promote everyone fairly. What they did to our club was not okay. They denied us. Then they, censored us. She pulled me in her office and would talk down to me and would corner me. But then Islam is perfectly fine. I don't know what went through her head. She's like, oh, I'm going to put the hijab on. I'm going to promote these Sharia pamphlets and Qurans. I'm just going to sit here and this is A-okay.
It's just unbelievable what she did. I found the guy that we're talking about that is Faizan Syed. And Faizan Syed has himself currently on his LinkedIn page as, quote, Executive Director of CARE, Texas and Austin, DFW, full-time from September 2019 to right now. Isn't it interesting that they put this guy Mustafa something or other up every time they want to do an interview with CARE? They put this other guy Mustafa something or other up. And he's like, oh, this is no big deal. I don't see why anybody, there's no problem over here. What are they worried about? It's Islamophobia every time they. So, I mean, what do you think the reaction would be if we were passing out Bibles inside of the school tomorrow?
Well, they're already upset that we're passing them outside, so I don't even want to know.
Guys, has there been a lot of bad reaction, a lot of bad talk? I mean, we've seen people attack you, Kyle, Katie Sims, when you go, when you're talking about stuff on your Facebook and your live stream and stuff like that. People are attacking you for what we're doing. What are they saying to you? And, of course, Marco and Marcos, you can chime in as well, too.
Katie, go ahead.
Oh, I've been called every name in the book, and, it's just a bunch of stupid chatter. I mean, if these guys think that I'm scared and I'm going to run from them, they got another thing coming. But it's just a constant, negative rhetoric with name calling, and every name in the book you can think of, I've been called.
So are these parents? And I think they're like these. I don't know if it's like these woke parents and they're overly protective and they're attacking, whether it be Kyle or Marco or Marcos or me, and you don't know this, you don't know, they've handled it fine. What are these some of the things that you see them saying, and what is your response to that?
You talking to me?
Any one of you guys.
Well, I just laid the facts out there, and when I told one of them today, I'm not that hard to find. Come on and bring it.
And Kyle, what are you expecting tomorrow to happen? And when we get there early, and we pass out the Bibles and everything, how are you expecting things to go?
There's always a chance a couple of yahoos show up, and I really think that we're going to overpower them tomorrow. I think we're going to get a lot of honks. I think we're going to have a lot of people that come up and want a Bible. And we have to take the high road and ignore all the negative rhetoric that may come. I think I'll bring a tripod. We'll be live. And I think we're going to have a good morning.
Marcos, your thoughts?
I think it's going to go great. Like how I started, what the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. This is a spiritual battle that us Christians wake up to every single day. And like I did at Congress, I said, because after I spoke out, I went through a lot of, hate, threats, very, negative things. But I told Congressman Brandon Gill, I said, they can say whatever they want because I wake up every morning with victory in Christ. And that's what we're doing tomorrow morning. We're going to spread the word so other people can wake up every morning with victory in Christ. We're spreading the word.
Marco, yes. And Marco, your goal is to become a U.S. congressman. Is that correct?
I plan to run someday. So, whatever path God takes me on, everyone's like, oh, when are you going to Congress? But I guess I went to Congress already. So
you sure did. You sure did. Forget Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Marco goes to Washington.
Yes.
And you conquered.
Yes.
Let me play one thing that is a must do. I got to play Jamie Raskin, who attacked you. And I use the word, you whooped his ass. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to be whatever, but Marco, you whooped his ass. I'm just going to go, I'll play like an excerpt, but there's a real key point at the end I want to play. I'm just going to jump in kind of in the middle of it.
Proclaimed the separation of church and state, what Thomas
Hold on one
Jefferson
second.
described in his famous letter to the Danbury Baptists as a wall of separation.
That was a letter, not a law.
Okay, so your position is that America is a theocracy?
You didn't let me finish my original statement, and I understand you have limited time, but what I was going to say is I'm not suggesting you to go back to anything that's in writing, but what I am saying is we need knowledge.
Well, I think we should go back to something in writing. I think we should go back to the First Amendment.
Yes, the Constitution, obviously, but what I'm saying is that, how I said original colonies were requiring declaration of faith to run for office. I'm not saying we have.
That's why we have the First Amendment.
What I'm saying is that we do.
That's precisely why
We do need to acknowledge our Christian heritage in America. That's what I'm trying
You
to
can acknowledge whatever heritage you want, but you can't impose an establishment of religion on other people. That's the
I'm not
greatest.
suggesting that at all.
You know, Marcos, this guy is aggressively interrupting you. He is trying to belittle you. Apparently, I didn't know this about Jamie Raskin, but he's a constitutional law professor or something of that nature. Is that accurate?
Oh, maybe he is. That makes it even better for me.
So, first of all, he said, let me go back. He said that he said a point there about others imposing their religion upon people, and
Which is Sharia.
that's what so here's the thing. He said, what's wrong is when people impose their religion on others, and I said, oh my gosh. This is insane. The only people trying to impose their religion are the Muslims inside of the school aggressively proselytizing to you.
Exactly.
And he's accusing you of trying to establish a religion.
Oh man, it was quite an experience. Before I left, my mom said, "Don't go viral," and I said, "I can't make any promises." And this happened, and the entire meeting, the staffers were just looking at me because my eyes were closed when the cameras are on me, and I was praying. I said, "Lord, give me the words to speak.
Wow.
Let the Holy Spirit speak through me. Give me the wisdom and discernment to advance your kingdom." And my pastor at my church prayed for me before we left and said, "When everyone's talking, it's going to be just a bunch of, just talking. But when you speak, it's going to be profound. It's going to be the God speaking through you to reach people." And Congressman Raskin challenged me, and I proved him wrong on America's heritage and America's roots. And that's why he kept interrupting me. And I can't see him in the media since then.
Wow. Dad, Marco, when did you come to Christ?
Me?
Yeah.
Not
Dad. Sorry, I meant Marco, not Marco. Sorry, I apologize. I was going to ask Dad a question.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, I know it's confusing.
When did you? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I was baptized at 9, but I grew up in the faith anyway, so I don't even know. I mean, my mom has videos of me at like 3 or 4 years old in the Walmart section begging to make a cake for Jesus.
I love that.
It's been since I was out of the womb, God's called me to his kingdom. And Senator Josh Hawley, there's a video of him going around, him preaching to students, talking about how God's kingdom, we're the body of Christ, and we all have our different workplaces. People are good at speaking. People are good at, digital online things. People are good at evangelizing. People are good at caring. People are good at charity. We all make up that. So my way is through politics. I'm using the bridge. I'm using that gap to bring people to Christ.
It's absolutely wonderful. Guys, any last thoughts? I don't know if there's anything else or anything I missed about tomorrow. We're getting ready, and I'll put up on the screen right now. Screen. Here we go. This is the graphic. Of course, join us tomorrow morning, Tuesday, May 19th, 8 a.m. in front of Wylie East. There's the diagram. Do you guys have any last closing thoughts or any comments? Marco or Father Marcos or Kyle, Katie, Sims, part of the whole Four Musketeers, us four guys.
Dad would go. Let me just end with saying thank you for everyone who donated to the cause. We probably will never meet you, but we will meet you someday. But for now, we want to thank you for the donation.
Kyle and Marco? Anything else?
I would say that I second that on thank everybody that donated, but more importantly, thank everybody for having the courage to stand. Y'all need to pray for all of us, and we'll pray for all of you. This is definitely a spiritual battle that is only going to get, worse as we go. But although this was the last meeting of the year for that school board, rest assured that we're not going to rest. We're not going to stop. We're not going to slow down. We will have accountability come next school year.
I'm hopeful that they'll make the right decision. The school board will this summer. And
Well, I do too. And if they really do critical thinking, like I said, in problem solving, they would all have their butts at that Bible handout in the morning. But I doubt that's going to happen.
right. All right, guys. So tomorrow morning, we'll be there bright and early, tired,
Bright and early,
and rested. Kyle, Katie Sims, Marco Hunter-Lopez, Mr. Marcos Lopez. All of you guys will see you tomorrow morning, and we urge everybody to join us to pass out Bibles. And we appreciate you guys very much. We'll see you in the morning, okay?
Thank you all.
See you, guy. God bless. Thank you.
God bless. Take care, brothers. Okay, so that is it. Let me go back to just me. Yeah, I had some difficulties tonight. I got to get my tech guy back on it. The video stuff always has issues. It is the name of the game, but I'm grateful that we had him on. Tonight was just an amazing night. We all did what we've been doing for 4 months. We showed up at the school board meeting. We spoke, and before we met and huddled, and after we met and huddled, I'm going to show that picture again of all of the great people that showed up tonight to speak. This is just people tonight that showed up. Look at how strong we are, just people showing up to speak tonight at the Wylie ISD School Board meeting. And it grows, and it grows, and it grows. Amazing and wonderful people. So we'll see you tomorrow morning to pass out Bibles bright and early, 8 a.m. in front of Wylie ISD, Wylie East, I should say. And there's your instructions on where to go. And I also want to tell you that this show is brought to you by IRSPROB.com, helping good people with IRS problems, specializing in IRS controversy, IRS audits, and tax planning strategies. We'll see you